Okay, starting. Oh, a little close. Starting. Wow. Starting. Starting elitist episode. Why is that so fucking blown out? Oh my god, I'm back. It's Ken Plays. We're So if you're watching this, you're either probably someone new to the channel because we haven't been posting for a while, or you're someone, a subscriber, friend of Cam and I, or I's, or something like that. So, if you're not one of our friends, you're probably sitting there going, where the fuck have you guys been, right? Like if you're actually one of our old viewers. Basically, you know the story. The last time we posted was, Cam keeps spamming me reels from Instagram. Speaking of the devil, he's not here for the episode. I lost a bunch of content. If you've seen the community post, and I felt guilty, so I figured, hey, I'm gonna play some Total War tonight, anyways. Let's shake things up for a change, and let's just play some Total War. Ken plays, instead of doing something like Guild Wars or whatever. As well, I'm just going to quickly do like an update, kind of, rant about what's going on with the channel, where we've been. So anyways, Cam's done distracting me with his reels for Instagram. I'll probably drag his ass over here on the weekend. And apologies if you hear some like shaking around and shit or whatever. I've got a new condenser mic, but it's kind of jury rigged up because in my current room I'm moving right now. So there'll be a new nerd room pretty soon for the elitists. I might even consider looking into soundproofing where I move into a little bit more, like the actual room we record in. I've got a new condenser mic. You might have noticed right away. I don't think I'm going to fuck with the audio too much on this. I'm just recording with OBS, so I'm just going to keep this one real simple. But anyways, so the last real uploads we did were 2019 for Halloween, which, that was a lot of fun doing that month long. It was a lot of fun, but it broke me. It really did. I have co-hosts, but really 90% of the channel is done by me. That was an enormous amount of work to edit all that content and get it out on time. I really, looking back on it, I'm proud of it, but that broke me. Another reel from Cam. So I took a break personally. I decided, fuck it, we'll take a break till Christmas. We didn't end up recording anything at Christmas. I think we were just busy. I can't really remember. And then, everyone knows what happened in 2020 and the whole fucking world shut down and things changed. We didn't record, obviously, for a while due to COVID. But then the other flip side of that was, for the first time in my life since I've started the channel, I have actually been busier with work and even helping friends with their work projects and stuff than I have been in my entire life. And again, since I started the channel, if you're a longtime viewer and you're actually back, you'll probably remember me ranting in the past about how much I wanted to, well, not wanted to, but how willing I was to turn the channel into something I could do for a living, right? That never panned out. It just became something Cam and I like doing for fun. And it will continue to do so. And I posted the community posts. Unfortunately, Cam and I recorded, I think it was around, I think it was July, late July maybe. We recorded some episodes of Elden Ring. Oh my god, Cam, what the fuck? He is just like sending reel after reel. I wonder if his account's been hacked. This might be. Hey, we'll pick this up on the next actual elitist episode when Cam's back and solve the mystery of what the fuck is wrong with him and why is he spamming me reels on Instagram. Oh, I don't know. Well, one was so that's just a booty shot of a chick. I don't mind that at all. I'm confused as to what the... And we got to figure out what these reels mean without listening to audio because I don't want to contaminate the episode. Then 10-second service truck with a nasty jail audio setup. I don't know, some truck race in the States, no fucking clue. Yeah, there's something about break. What, like, were these delayed? Why is he, like, spamming these? I don't know. It's like he's lost his mind. Anyways, okay. So I'm going to put my phone on mute because apparently Cam's just feeling real happy right now. Get it? And it's Instagram reels and anyways. Where was I? So yeah, COVID happened. I've been really busy with work. So, during the height of COVID, we just decided not to bother trying to record because everyone was isolating, including Cam and I. And then, 2021, busier than hell with work. 2022 wasn't so fucking hot. I actually ended up losing my old job. I've got a great new job now, and I'm back to being, like, super fucking busy, but really busy in a good way, and it's an actual career. And a large part, it's advertising, so it's a lot of what I do is actually related to video production and editing, as well as buying media and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. And I know a lot more about, well, maybe even potentially advertising this channel properly in the future, which would be pretty cool. I guess I've already launched the game there. Oh, we got some audio now too. There we go. See, I have no clue how this episode's going to turn out. I'm just going to open up OBS quick. This is kind of like almost like a podcast more than anything. So I'm assuming it's very quiet. I don't know, yeah, desktop audio. So it should be recording the game audio as well. Which means I can probably turn down the TV a little bit. Anyway, so yeah, 2022, not a great year for me. A lot of personal stuff happened as well. It wasn't really until July that I felt like I was starting to catch up on my life again. That trend would continue into the fall and the winter where kind of little more kind of rocky personal life stuff happened. And yeah, I don't know. I guess I've kind of I've caught up in my life and I've pushed past a lot of that stuff. And I'm at a point now where I want to start reinvesting in the things that I used to really enjoy in my life before COVID, which one of the big ones was the channel. I just like doing this. It's fun. Cam and I like watching the episodes ourselves, and we have a couple friends who like watching them. So regardless of how popular we ever become, it's definitely something we enjoy doing. So and it's a fun hobby. It's not a distraction. It's actually something where I practice my editing skills, video production, and all that kind of fun stuff. And it's an excuse for Cam and I to hang out and play video games, or whoever else may end up on the channel in the future as well. It's an excuse to spend time with your friends and people you care about. Maybe be entertaining, maybe not. I don't know. Anyways, so that brings us up to now. Cam and I are kind of committed. I'm gonna try to drag his ass over here on the weekend before I do end up packing all this up and moving. Try to get a couple episodes going right. We're gonna do longer episodes at a much slower pace than we ever did before because, like I said, 2019 with Halloween, the burnout was very real for me. Oops, sorry. I got a condenser mic. I got to be careful I don't actually fucking hit this thing now. And yeah, it was there was just a lot of stuff that I had to work through myself before I could get back to this point today. But anyways, so I don't know, and maybe Cam and I will touch on this, get him to share his opinions, but Ken Plays has always kind of been the slower, more personal episode where ultimately it's me, and it's about the game I play, it's about me ranting. It's essentially a podcast format. So I don't know if I'm going to continue with this campaign of Total War or not, but I'm certainly considering it. Total War games it's actually my favorite game franchise of all time. Some of the historical games like Empire and Rome 2 are definitely up there. Like, with Empire, I'll never forget my Prussia campaign, and with Rome 2, conquering the world as this little, it was Bactria, and you start in the top northeast corner of the map, and you have fuck all for resources, and you got, like, I conquered the whole fucking game map with, these little factions. Okay, Prussia's a bad example because they're super fucking powerful military back in the 1700s, but Bactria was, like, basically in reality, what happened to Bactria was like the Romans came up, fucking knocked them out, and changed the name of the land to Transoxiania, and that was that for like 300 fucking years until you start hearing about things like the Silk Road, and there's a whole bunch of history of that part of the world. But essentially, Bactria was a fucking footnote. But that's where I love taking that, and Attila Total War, taking the Western Roman Empire, literally 20 years or so before it collapses, not just holding out, but defeating the Huns and rebuilding Rome. You know, I love doing little things like that. It's fun defying history, what-if scenarios. And Warhammer, since I was a little kid, has been one of my favorite things of all time. It was funny, hanging out with Cam, we were going to get into playing tabletop Warhammer. We're talking back in like, yeah, it would have been after 9/11, so like 2004 or 2003-ish. I think I was the only one that ended up actually buying any models. My dad took one look at the prices and said, fuck this, you're not playing this game. Later on in life, as I'm sure I've talked about in previous episodes, I'm into 40k tabletop now, and I purchase models myself because it's a hard sell getting anyone to spend that kind of money for you. So I love Warhammer, that was the point. Mainly I love the lore and the stories, the writing behind all of it, the characters and the setting. It's like this perfect fantasy setting, in my opinion, especially for games. It's wonderful. I love it. So we're gonna get into that a little bit here. Briefly, so obviously you might have seen there I had my mod launcher up. So this is a modded build of the game. I guess for those who might know this game and are curious, well, what mods am I playing with? So I've got, all of Kataf's main mods here. I've got Mixu's main mods, Reskin, that's just a visual thing. Landmarks of Legend, Ajamux, I think is how you say it, Tomb King's extended mod, Ultimate Lighting by Maziski, which he's the one who makes all the fucking awesome lighting mods. I'll talk about this in a second. Like I say, Mixu's, that adds the actual cultist to Marathi's faction. A custom faction for Dark Elves, which is pretty cool. Maybe we'll, in the later Ken plays, because I'm going to play Hellebron for now, because I have to play tester. This is what I'm getting at here, for my own mod. And I'll show off my own mods in a second here, because I am kind of proud of it, and it's kind of cool, and ultimately, it's actually kind of funny. So one of my mods for Warhammer 2, we're playing 3, for the unknown, the uninitiative, who have no fucking clue what any of this stuff is. This is the third game in the series, as you can tell by the numbering on the logo in the top left there. The second game was when I started modding. I wasn't quite as affluent as I am now with modding, but that's when I started, and there was actually a review of my Chaos Invasion mod from 2, which I think it's got about 250,000 views, which far surpasses all of the views of Put Your Quarter Up Gaming combined, which is kind of funny that some random ass mod I made has more notoriety online than our entire channel does. But these are the way things go. So anyways, we got Mercenaries by the great old Chris. We got Frodo's Dynamic Disasters, which is just a fucking amazing mod. Of course, we've got Groove Withers MCT. This is my own build of Immortal Landmarks, where I just kind of tweaked up and fixed one of the scripts. I think he's working on it, the mod maker, but I'm not sure, so don't really care for now. Level of detail, distance enhanced, because the base level of detail sucks ass. We've got OVN, Only Albion and Femur are out for, are out for 3 yet. There we go. There's the frog in my throat. Recruit, defeat legendary lords, defeated of course. This is a new mod, Capital City Economic Scaling. It's pretty cool. So it allows you to play tall or build out an empire. I always build out an empire, but if you're kind of the person or a faction who likes just having the singular capital city, this guy made a mod that will boost your economy without you having to spread out. So you can actually be that, like vampires. You can sit in your little part of Sylvania and not have to worry about expanding too much for making money. And of course, the community bug fix mod. So that's what I'm basically running with. We'll get back to this. So, 22 mods. That's not a very modded game. So this is a lot of different mods. All my mods that I play with are in here, as well as pretty much the vast majority of mods we're scrolling through right now. The reason why I've done this is simply to reduce my load order. This is not a public mod, my overhaul mod, I guess you could call it, because the vast majority of content in this mod is not mine, so it will never be uploaded publicly because it's not my work. But it's a kit bash mod essentially to reduce down my load order and simplify things, and there's a whole fucking whack of compatibility fixes I put in there for various mods that don't play very nice together. So yeah, that's my personal little thing. Anyways, you might be curious though. So, well, you know I'm Mr. Soul, and if you know this game, if you're watching this and you're new to the channel, and you frequent the discussions at all or anything like that, you might be sitting here going, "Oh my fucking god, it's this asshole." I'm just kidding. I don't think that about myself, but yeah, it's me. If you are familiar with my mods at all, so yeah, I recently just released High Elf Crafting, which is I used this as a template, swapped it over for High Elves Dark Elf Crafting, my favorite faction. And I've got a whole slew of other things. So we got visual fixes, got little tweaks for the campaign to slow down the leveling progression, because I feel like in vanilla you just level up way too quickly and it's too easy. This is my public overhaul mod, which is essentially just all my mods thrown together to help people out with their load orders. There is no one else's content in this one. Lively ghouls, because ghouls technically in the lore are not undead, so I took undead off of them, and necromancers, because necromancers are just wizards. They're not necessarily zombies or whatever. Didn't publish that one because this is from 2 after the cavalry beta. And I was getting all cocky and I was going to port it over and be like, I can fix these problems. They never fix these problems. And then I tested it out and I was like, oh no, they totally fixed it with 3, and this mod is completely fucking not needed anymore. Ignore that. That's just these are both. See, you can see I have them uploaded here, but these are not public mods. So I guess I should explain this. If you know these games, you probably know the mod called Free the Morathi, which brings witch elves and Morathi herself in line with the old tabletop models, which had nudity. Because the world is fucking garbage today, that don't fly, obviously, in the main release of the game, and all these characters are fully clothed. And, well, even the mods that people made to restore them to how they're supposed to look from the tabletop, and specifically in the lore of the actual world, were removed. So I saved them, and will not publicly upload it because it'll get strike down. I just put that up there for my own shits and giggles. Anime Morathi's pretty fucking hot, I'm not gonna lie. It's a cartoon, but still. This one is actually kind of cool. This was a request from the forums. Yeah, I don't pay too much attention to it, but basically some people have an actual disorder with hearing. I'm not sure I can't remember what it was, but basically like continuous noises like clicking on the units in the game is actually like it fucks with their heads. So yeah, just quickly whip that together for them, which is one part I like about modding, being able to help people out. It's kind of cool. Like this one, fixed the victory script for Dark Elves, which was broken when the game came out. These are more lore-based, just removing immortality from most characters. This reverts to changes the developers made so that not any legendary lord allows you to besiege settlements, because that makes no fucking sense. So you actually have to build catapults and stuff, which otherwise, why the fuck have artillery in your game? Especially when you have walled cities that you can attack. Anyways, moving on. Another visual fix, right? You might recognize this one from the second game. More level up shit. And then this is kind of my pride and joy right now. That's the original. Remove Druchii Overhaul mod. This is what I'm putting my most amount of work into right now. It's come a long way from where it was, but it's still, oh my fucking god, 1,300? Woohoo! That blew the fuck up in a few days. Wow. This was at 800 like a week ago. Huh. What was it? Oh shit, yeah, look at that. Yeah, I'm not fucking crazy. I knew it. Holy fuck. Oh, good for the... Okay, cool. Oh. Wow. Interesting. I guess people are... Oh, yeah, because Immortal Empires became free, so a lot more people are playing now. Druchii Raiding Camps. So this was the first mod that I whipped up for the third game. Holy shit. Okay, I was like, wait, what? 24th of October 2022 is when I got back into modding the third game. Yeah, this led to me creating the Dark Elf Overhaul mod. This is just Elves of Prowess from the second game. Fixes up and tweaks some things. 380, wow. People are interested in it. Here's the actual overhaul mod. It blows me away. Wow. I'm not trying to toot my own horn. Actually, no, I'm glad I clicked on this one. This is a cool mod. I want to get too distracted, but this is just a great mod. Like, look at all the lore they wrote for this. They made up their own characters. This is fucking Warhammer right here. You know what I mean? Like, making up your own, because that's why, like, in the 40K in the science fiction, 2 of the Space Marine legions are considered missing or lost, so that they're left up to your imagination. Oh my god, I gotta stop knocking that. So that you can create your own Space Marines if you want to. That's Warhammer. That's the golden rule of Warhammer, is that there really is no fucking rules. Like, you can do whatever you want. Make up your own rules. You can make up your own characters. And it's just, there's a lot of mods out there, but very few people, in my opinion, have the courage, essentially, to fucking put their ideas out there like this and release them as something original. Good for fucking them. That's awesome. Good for them. Anyways, back to my stuff. Back to gloating, but you can see, obviously, my mods are not quite the most popular stuff. Or at least this one is. I guess it's taken off now, though. But yeah, I was saying, this is kind of my pride and joy, because this mod has far surpassed anything else I've ever made, both in the success, the amount I've learned from... I had to do a lot of scripting for this mod, Lua scripting, and so I've learned a lot because of it, and it is also, hands down, my most popular mod I've ever made in my life. This broke 6,000 about a week ago. So again, pretty interesting. Yeah. This just basically, like, if you're familiar with the second game and you are familiar with the third game, you might feel like in vanilla there's been a drastic shift in how the campaign plays out, and there's a lot of aggression towards the player. So this kind of ramps that back, gives more control over the player with the actual, what are considered to be the AI cheats, or they're actually called handicaps in the game's code. You can now nerf or buff the AI to make them as easy or challenging as you want to with the mod, so it gives the player full control. And then there's a bunch of other tweaks and fine-tuning in here to reduce anti-player bias, get the AI fighting with each other more. And then I went in and I started changing the behavior of factions. So, like, Chaos is more aggressive. Dwarves are defensive, right? They're protective, you know. Things like Wood Elves are protective, for a couple examples. Yeah, I've really enjoyed it. I've had some great fucking campaigns with this. We're going to be playing with this mod, of course. Anyways, yeah, so I guess I've been rambling about this long enough, I think. The only problem with OBS... Oh, no. Oh, wow, 22 minutes so far. I guess I had to do, like, a catch-up on where the channel's at. Fuck it. Okay, cool. Well, let's make this like a 45-minute episode or so. I think I'm gonna have a little hoot, I think, because there's gonna be a different pace to the Warhammer games, and I'm actually thinking about looping Cam into this playthrough. And the simple reason is this: oh shit, yeah, we got to start a new campaign, because I don't want to actually play as Hellebron, because that's kind of I got to playtest that one, so I don't want to be beholden to recording an episode every time I want to play. And if anyone is watching this and is kind of into how the campaign's progressing, I don't want to fucking, like, oh yeah, by the way, I played 50 turns between episodes, now it's a completely different fucking dynamic of what's going on. No, I don't want to do that shit to you. Yeah, fuck, without further ado. So, okay, before I have my hoot, because marijuana is legal where I live. So I'm not fucking worried about it. YouTube, you can go ahead and strike me. I don't fucking care. I don't give a shit. Fuck, what faction do we want to play as, eh? Like, look at this, eh? The accumulations of 3 games, the entirety of Warhammer, including some modded factions, is in here. Well, Dark Elves are my favorite. I'm playing Hellebron on my own. I just did a Marathi campaign. I'm not really big fans of these guys. I guess I was, like, gushing about this faction so much. We could just play a modded faction. It might be a little rough. But I guess it's interesting, too, because I want to see how my mechanics just in case they haven't. I might need to work on that.
Alfwan will be mine.
Decisions. We could go chaos. That's where I need, like, Cam to help me decide. Jeez. You know what, yeah, I haven't played a good Beastman campaign in a long fucking time. But also Dark Elves. I guess I could, for the sake of interest, because this is the latest DLC, we could play one of these factions. Well, it's kind of lame to me. I'm like, yeah. She's kind of cool, but I guess Khorne is my favorite Chaos faction. Yeah, I guess we could check it out, because this is the newest DLC, and this will be all new to me as well. So maybe that'll be the most interesting. And then I feel like this would be a good... Cam's favorite color is green, but I don't want to play Nurgle. I guess actually Cam's favorite faction back when we were kids is Wood Elves. I think that's who he wanted to be. He wanted to play as Wood Elves. I think Onyx wanted to be Dwarves or High Elves. God, I hope Cam didn't want to be High Elves. Okay, so I think, yeah, Cam wanted to be Wood Elves, I'm pretty sure. We could play as Orion. Dirthu's pretty cool, giant tree man.
Pure as starlight.
Sisters, like, they're brutally OP. They're pretty fun to play as. Drake, the cat just jumped up in front of my TV. Now, go, get it. Yeah, I have a cat now, too. And these are all mod characters, which could be interesting. But... So we got Evil Tree Lady.
The sanctity of life.
Basic. I guess I'm a Gemini, so that might make this sense. Plus, you get a dragon. No, no. Let's go giant fucking tree guy. It's been a long time since I've started in this part of the game too. I haven't. Yeah, I played a Dirthu campaign back in 2. Fuck, that might even been back in the first game. It's been a long time. Let's do it. We're gonna play Wood Elves, and I'm gonna have my hoot because here's the downside to this game. Oh boy, they gotta work on those load times. And yes, I've got an M2 hard drive. The mods are not helping, but holy fuck, just, yeah. Set a fucking timer for this stuff. And this is too why I want to get Cam into this. Because I feel like with Warhammer, for actual elitist episodes, we'll try it out. It might be a really good format for just more of a, like, podcast and talking, because we're gonna have to fill the gap with something. And there is a bit of a spectacle to Total War games, but there's a lot of kind of downtime too. And a big problem with Let's Plays, a challenge, is when you're playing more action-orientated games, especially for me as the person who's usually playing the games, right? And then I've got to, like, focus on both a game, not looking like an idiot and actually progressing in the game for the sake of the episode, as well as focusing and having an entertaining conversation with the second person, right? Like, it is a division of your brain that transcends normal fucking means of how you deal with these things. Anyways. It's time for me to have my hoot. Maybe coughing in the background here, we'll see. And then let's play some Total War.